Bodaya, Thervan Saranai. Children, today we should learn to recollect, to recall, to think of the Buddha while walking, while seated, while standing, when you are lying down, when you are doing your schoolwork, when you are at school, or when you do chores in the house, your parents, all of y'all should think of one person day and night. We should think about a Buddha. We should recollect the Buddha's great abilities, the Buddha's great achievements in life, the Buddha's great realization. So we should have confidence in the Buddha's great realization. We should be able to have a happy mind. We should be able to develop a happy mind. We should be able to develop great confidence in the Buddha's great qualities. Those qualities were obtained with great difficulties, with great effort, with great courage, and with great determination. Our Buddha attained the great qualities we are going to talk today. So first of all, we should go for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and observe the 5 precepts. And then in today's program, we should do one more thing. We should recollect the Buddha's qualities in Pali and the qualities of the Dhamma and also the qualities of the Sangha. Sangha is the Buddha's disciples, the ordained disciples. Without recollecting, without developing an unshakable confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and without living a virtuous life, how can we become stream entrants? How could we become stream entrants? We should enter the Buddha's path. Right now, what we are doing is learning the Buddha's teachings. And we do Metta Bhavana, we do Buddhanusati. And one day we should enter to the Buddha's path. Now we are following, we trust the Buddha's words and we put them into practice. We apply the Buddha's teachings. But we should achieve a state that will not decline again in life. We should learn Dhamma. You should join with this Mirror of Dhamma program with the hope of becoming stream entrants. Stream enterer. To enter to the stream. Once you enter to the stream, you will end up in the ocean. You will end up in the sea. The great sea is the Nibbana. So first you will become a stream entrant. Then a one returner, then a non-returner, and then an arahant. A meritorious person in this era could become a stream entrant in this life. Then, if they fail to become a stream entrant in this life, again, the meritorious people are, if the meritorious people are born among devas, again they get a chance to practice this Buddha's teachings, practice the amazing teachings taught by a Buddha. Once we are born among devas, there will be devas who have seen the Buddha from their own eyes, who have touched the Buddha's sacred foot and worshipped, who have assisted, who have looked after the Sangha like a mother shows loving kindness to her one and only child. There were disciples who looked after Sangha like a mother who has a one and only child. Do you like to meet such disciples? Then remember, birth among the humans is also rare, extremely rare. It's like a one eyed turtle seeing the sky once in 100 years through a small hole in a pole. Remember, birth among devas is difficult than obtaining a life in human world. A birth, a life in divine world is something that should be obtained by developing faith in Buddha, by developing virtue, by living a virtuous life, by learning the Buddha's teachings, by developing effort, by having the ability to eradicate defilements, and by living with wisdom. So, to do these things, children, we need a refuge. We should recollect the great refuge. We should recollect the Buddha's refuge. We should recollect the Buddha's refuge that was given through his wisdom, that is the Buddha's teachings. We should recollect the ability of the Buddha's teachings. And we should recollect the qualities of the Buddha's ordained disciples. Then only we will feel comfortable and we will feel happy and joyful by living in line with the Buddha's teachings. We will we will live our life with so much joy and happiness by recollecting the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So let's go for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and observe the 5 precepts and do Theruvan Vandana today. Children, now let's observe the 5 precepts. Remember with the refuge of the noble triple gems. So first of all, let's venerate the Buddha 3 times and take refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe the 5 precepts, say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Teruvan Saranai. Children, today we should learn the importance and the value of recollecting the qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and how to recollect the possible ways and how we should find time from our day to dedicate time to think of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Because day by day we are getting old. Day by day we are losing this chance. Only by understanding and thinking the valuable opportunity we got as a rare chance, only by thinking this rare opportunity, how rare it was, how rare it is, and how rare it could be in the future, only by understanding the rarity of this human life and the rarity of the birth among devas and the rarity of meeting Buddhas and the rarity of hearing Dhamma. Only by understanding these things we will be able to have a mind that is dedicated to practice and think on something wholesome throughout the day. So let's pay homage to the Buddha 3 times and recollect the qualities of the triple gems and listen to a sermon. Say together with me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanang buddho bhagavati swakato bhagavata dhammo sandittiko akaliko ehi passiko panaiko paccatang veditabbo vinyohiti Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Ujjupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Nyaya-patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Samici-patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Yadidan chattari purisa yugani atta purisa puggala esa bhagavato savaka sangho. Ahuneyo pahuneyo dakkineyo anjali karaniyo anuttarang punyaketang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. May my homage be to our Pingvat Lokusamin Vahansa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear children, today we recollected the qualities of the triple gems. Arahan Mahinda and the great Arahants who lived in the past, they recollected the Buddha's qualities 3 times a day. In Pali, the 9 qualities of the Buddha, the 6 qualities of the Dhamma, and the 9 qualities of the Sangha. Happily, joyfully, respectfully, with the awareness of the true qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, by knowing what they are recollecting. So, one day, a divine being called Haththaka came to the Blessed One and said, Blessed One, in my past life as a human being, I wanted to see the Buddha again and again. There was no satisfaction. I was not content, thinking that this is enough seeing the Buddha. I saw the Buddha last month. I saw the Buddha yesterday. Today I no need to meet the Buddha again. He saw the Buddha very often. He met the Buddha very often. He wanted to see the Buddha again and again. And he died being unsatisfied. Being unsatisfied means what? He wanted to see the Buddha again and again. Don't take the message in the wrong way. He was unsatisfied with the number of times he met the Buddha. And he wanted to hear the Dhamma again and again. Because the moment you hear the Buddha's teachings, your mind is not covered with delusion. When you pay attention to the Buddha's teachings, your mind is covered with mindfulness and with full awareness of life. Your mind will be free from anger at that time. Your mind will be free from lust. Your mind will be free from delusion. Your mind will be free from loneliness. And your mind will incline towards the Buddha's teachings, to the Buddha's realization, and your mind will also incline towards attaining Nibbana when you pay attention to the Buddha's teachings. It's like this, children. Buddha taught us a nice simile. Imagine there's a tree. There is a tree falling towards the east. To which direction? To the east. Now, if a tree is falling towards the east or bent towards the east, imagine a tree is bent. Then a man comes to that place and he cuts the tree from the eastern side. then to which side the tree will fall? To the northern, or to the southern, or to the western side, or to the eastern side? If the tree is bent towards the east, and if a man is cutting from the eastern side of the tree, being in the eastern direction, the man cuts the tree. Then to which side the tree will fall? The tree will fall to the eastern side. In the same way, when your mind is inclined towards the Buddha's teachings, the mind is inclined towards divine worlds, the mind is inclined towards Nibbana, the mind is inclining towards detachment, the mind is keeping the four planes of miseries, the mind is keeping the unwholesome states, which is very difficult to remove from our mind. Usually, normally, our minds inclining towards Nibbana or towards the normal things that we do in our day-to-day lives. Either we are attached to a book, or to the computer, or to a basketball, or to a racket, or to a swimming pool, or to our clothes, or to the fridge, or else to the TV, or else to the video games. Our mind is inclining towards things that will bring us to this human world again and again. Remember, children, usually our mind is inclining towards things that will bring us to the human world, that will make us to come to this human world again and again. Children, the nature of our body is like four venomous serpents. It's like we are feeding four venomous serpents. The body we look after so much, the body we give so much comfort, the two eyes that we satisfy so much, the ears we satisfy with songs, the nose that we satisfy with various smells, the tongue that we satisfy so much, the body that we try to satisfy to so much. One day, these things, this body, will make you paralyzed one day. Will make you hunchback. Will make you to sleep on a bed continuously. Will make you to take medicine in the morning, medicine in the afternoon, medicine in the evening. This body that you were totally concerned day and night will give so much troubles, like venomous serpents biting you. There is no such thing that is ungrateful than our body. How much we feed, how much we dress with beautiful clothes, this body will give us various pains. And once this body is broken, once we die, we will again get a body. It could be a subtle or it could be a body that is due to a spontaneous birth. Yet we are subjected to feelings. So don't let this disgusting body to give you another body like this in the future. Don't allow this body to accumulate bad karma just for the sake of giving some temporary happiness for our body and suffer for a long time. So this Haththaka divine being who came to the Buddha said, once he was born in a higher divinity, he came to the Buddha and said, Blessed One, I want to hear Dhamma again and again. How many times I have learned Dhamma, yet I was not satisfied myself thinking this is enough now. The sweetest taste of the world. For the wise people, it's very sweet. For the unwise people, it's bitter for them. Only for the unwise people who delight in hell, who delight in ghost worlds, who delight in bad association, this Dhamma is very bitter and sour for them. Then Haththaka divine being said to the Buddha, Blessed One, I assisted the Sangha, I assisted to the monks, but I never thought that this is enough for me. I was never satisfied with a dhan offering that was done once a month. I wanted to attend to the Sangha again and again. Yet I am not satisfied. The Dhamma that I learn in the human world, The things I could not understand, now I understand them very well in this higher divinity. Just like kings, ministers, householders gather to learn Dhamma from the Buddha, now many devas have gathered around me to learn Dhamma from me after I was born among higher devas. See the advantage of learning Dhamma? Haththaka divine being. When you learn the Dhamma, children, remember, we are learning the words that came out from a Buddha, the words that were realized by a Buddha with great dedication by offering his eyes, by offering his organs in the body, by offering his own children as for dana. He offered his wife as well. Then by giving so much pain to his body, then by practicing patience in life, by practicing determination in life, by practicing loving kindness like water. Water cleanses bad people and good people both. Buddha's loving kindness in past lives were like water. So when you listen to the Buddha's teachings even today through the monks, remember you are learning this Dhamma that was realized by a Buddha with great effort, with a great dedication. His loving kindness was like water. As a bodhisattva, what to think? Once he became a Buddha that was boundless. No similes to say. A compassionate teacher like that to meet in our life is extremely rare. So there were disciples who always dedicated their lives to think of the Buddha's qualities. One day Blessed One taught to Mahanama, while walking, while you are seated, while you are standing, then while you are lying down, then while you do your normal things at home, even when you look after your children, just do one thing, think of the Buddha's qualities. Because each and every moment when you think the Buddha's qualities, next moment after thinking the Buddha's qualities, you can bless anyone. By the power of the Buddha's qualities, by recollecting the power of the Buddha's qualities, may my class teacher who taught this, who gave me education, who made my future better, be well and happy. Do we do like that? Before the class teacher, your class teacher, leaves your classroom, you can think one quality of the Buddha and bless her. She does not need to hear that. You can do it mentally. Buddha is an arahant. Buddha was free from lust, anger and delusion. That is the truth. By that truth, may this teacher who taught these things to me, it could be a mathematics teacher, may he be well and happy. May his family be well and happy. That's how you pay back your teachers, your parents, the monks you teach Dhamma. If there are 9 subjects, if there are 9 periods during school time, during your school hours, you can think 9 times the Buddha's qualities, each and every quality, and bless the teachers, the 9 teachers who teach you normal things. Before you leave home, you can think one of the Buddha's qualities and bless your mother and father. Therefore, children, always find an opportunity to think of the Buddha's qualities and bless anyone and bless yourself. The advantage, children, you won't realize this now. If you practice this for 1 year, if you practice this for 2 years, and when you look back, you will not have a single day spent without recollecting the Buddha's qualities, and more than 600 days you have spent recollecting the Buddha's qualities. Imagine, ask your parents how they feel after saving money for 10 years. How much happy they feel. Ask them how do they feel after they pay back a loan. Once they finish a loan, how do they feel? Why don't we have happiness when we recollect the Buddha's qualities? Because we don't know the value of it. Joyfully we can do it. How can we ever find a person like that who realized the Dhamma without a guidance of a teacher. We all have teachers. Even your school teachers have teachers. They had teachers. Your principals, all of them, they had teachers. Scientists, everyone, they had teachers. But our Buddha did not have a teacher. Without the guidance of a teacher, he realized the Four Noble Truths. When the whole world is talking about happiness, 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 material happiness, partying, enjoying, buying vehicles, repairing them, building houses, repairing houses, then thieves come and rob the houses, crash into houses, thieves come and rob our belongings, then we people, for the sake of gaining happiness, they buy gold, they buy jewelry, and they hide the jewelries, and they worry about their jewelries. Fighting to earn money at the working place. For the sake of earning money, they quarrel each other, they fight each other, they argue each other. For the sake of happiness, people are doing these things. But what has happened to people's happiness? Their happiness is taken away by others. Their happiness is taken away by themselves by thinking in a wrong way. The things that normal people took as happiness, Buddha realized them as giving suffering to our life. Doesn't it? Don't you think about it? The usual things that we consider as giving us suffering, do they always give us happiness? No. Buddha understood the things that we consider as happiness. Buddha understood them as suffering. Why? All those things that gives us happiness are subjected to change. Any beautiful thing, any valuable thing that is subject to change, will change. The appearance will change. The beauty will change. The value will change. It can be taken away by anyone at any time. In the meantime, when we have beautiful things, unknowingly we get attached to those things without knowing that these things are not under my control. Then when we lose those things, we can't bear that sadness. Some get mentally ill, some can't totally bear that sadness. Buddha recognized all those things. Buddha understood all those things that gives us suffering, as things that gives us suffering, and taught us the valuable things that could give us happiness. Eternal happiness. Buddha taught us about patience. Buddha taught us about seeing good in others and by remaining happy. Buddha taught us about generosity to overcome greediness. Buddha taught us about loving kindness to overcome hatred. See, parents quarrel and fight each other. Friends, they break up relationships. Why? No harmony. Why there is no harmony? No loving kindness. Why can't people live in harmony? No loving kindness. But how much time we spend from our day to practice loving kindness, to be friendly with others. Loving kindness is be friendly in any situation, in any bad situation, in any worse scenario. Have loving kindness. Do we have that? Do we spend time on the valuable things that we should spend? No. But the Buddha showed it, and the Buddha did that. Buddha did that being a prince. He was a prince. He gave up all that. He gave up all those comforts, gains, praise, and selected a monk life and became a Buddha. So he was able to see his past lives, future births. Now we don't see our past lives and future births. We are stuck in a small world. We are stuck in a world that is very limited for 50 or 60 years. In between with so many diseases, troubles, coronavirus, arguing, misunderstandings, being bullied. Yet we are fighting for things in this world without thinking about past lives and future births. If we can recollect our past lives, we will understand the things that we do in this life we have done in past lives as well. Why should we waste our life in this life? Why should we do the same things again and again in this life? We should do something that will last to attain Nibbana. We should not ruin our next life. If next life is a birth in an area, in a place where the Buddha's teachings are not widely spoken, what's the purpose of that next life as well? Again, going to a school, again, going to a university, again, waiting for results, worrying about marks, homework, worrying about the body, worrying about marriage life, and then again, old age, thinking about a country to live, and then dying. The life will end up in a coffin. Again, the same thing. Buddha is Vijjacharana Sampanna. Buddha followed a noble path. He became a Sugata. He had a proper living. He had good guidelines. He did not lose his qualities. He followed a noble eightfold path. Is our life guided with the noble eightfold path? Do we live according to the noble eightfold path? Think. Buddha escaped from all the worlds. Buddha understood the nature of divine worlds as well. Even divine worlds are impermanent. Even Brahmas. Buddha said once, if you take all the divine beings, among all the divine beings like the whole earth are again born in bad destinations. Divine beings compared to soil on a fingernail will only become divine beings again. Imagine even divine beings like the whole earth will be born again in bad worlds, among fish, among ghosts, among the hell beings and among the asuras. If devas also have that problem, what's there to think about us? Buddha had a great taming ability, Anuttara Purisa Dhammasarthi. Right now, if you are seated in front of a TV without seeing the Buddha, without seeing a live monk from your naked eye, just through a TV, yet if you are seated properly and listening to this Dhamma carefully, you are tamed by the Buddha even today, even if he has attained Mahaparinibbana, even if he has passed away, yet you are tamed by the Buddha's Anuttara Purisa Dhammasarthi quality. Children, he is a teacher for devas and humans. Satta Deva Manusthana. He taught this Dhamma without holding anything back. He was a blessed one. He was unique to have all these qualities. Practicing dana, a virtuous life, mindfulness, concentration, all these things were taught by a Buddha. If you can even think the Buddha's compassion, yet you are thinking a quality of a Buddha. If you think how amazing the Buddha's teachings are, yet you are thinking the Buddha's qualities. Because even the Dhamma belonged to the Buddha. How amazingly Buddha has taught this Dhamma. Even beggars went to divine worlds. One day, a beggar went behind an arahant. An arahant gave some food to that beggar. That beggar again gave back his food to the arahant. And even that beggar was born among devas. What will happen to us if we do not do merit? Even if beggars are born among devas, therefore children, don't just be satisfied by offering dana once a month. Don't just be satisfied learning Dhamma once a week. Yet you should have the enthusiasm, the interest to learn Dhamma again and again. You should be always waiting to hear a Buddha's realization. Even that hope, that wish is enough for us to gain merit. It is a wholesome thought. So in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, 3 times a day, recollect the qualities of the triple gems. Just 5 minutes. You could be in the vehicle, you could be in the classroom. Before leaving home, before you go to sleep, recollect the Buddha's qualities, recollect the qualities of the Dhamma, recollect the qualities of the Sangha. You don't have to be seated always to recollect the Buddha's qualities. It's something that you do mentally. There was a disciple called Chitta, householder Chitta. One day, some devas asked, "What should we do now? You are such a great disciple. You have realized so many things. You are unattached to the world. Please preach us Dhamma." Then he said, "Go for refuge to the Buddha." Chitta Gruhapati. When that householder was going to die, the devas told, "Look, you are meritorious. You have a lot of merit. Why don't you become a wheel-turning monarch? Why don't you come to this divine world? Why don't you go to that divine world?" Then this householder said, "Oh, all these worlds are impermanent." He was a non-returner. Even devas could not recognize him, who he was. Therefore, children, our life should be always spent in a meaningful way. Spend your life in a meaningful way. Children, even if Arahant Mahinda recollected the qualities of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha 3 times a day, what's there to think about us? We should also do the same thing. So Haththaka divine being, he was not content by attending to the Sangha. He wanted to attend to Sangha. He wanted to attend to the Sangha as much as possible. He died without being satisfied. That much he loved the Sangha. Remember, to become a stream entrant, you should have unshakable confidence on the Buddha, unshakable confidence on the Dhamma, unshakable confidence on the Sangha, and the Arya Kanta Sila, the noble virtue. So, to be established in these 4 great things, confidence in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and to have a virtuous life that will not decline, we should recollect the qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha frequently, very often. So may you also recollect the Buddha's qualities as much as possible and feel the joy and happiness by knowing, by understanding the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and spend your life in a joyful way and gain merit day and night and realize the 4 noble truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, now we have come to the session of Paritta chanting. Chanting the Buddha's teachings to gain protection for our lives. So, during the Buddha's time, back in Buddha's time, when Lechivis were affected by 3 fears in Vishala, in the city of Vishala, the 3 fears were drought, then diseases, and also demons. So these are the 3 fears that affected the people. Then the Blessed One, out of compassion, visited the city of Vishala, and then he chanted, the Blessed One chanted the Ratana Sutta. And afterwards, Arahant Ananda, Venerable Ananda was instructed and advised to chant the Ratana Sutta by memorizing it and remember it by heart and chant the Ratana Sutta. And before that, Venerable Ananda took alms bowl and filled with water, and Venerable Ananda chanted the Ratana Sutta and sprinkled that water in the city of Vishala. And afterwards, the city of Vishala came back to normal, the people came back to normal, and then it became a
place for human beings, suitable for human beings to live. So since we are also going through a hard time because of this corona virus, we should also gain protection from the Ratana Sutta. So now we are hoping to chant the Ratana Sutta in Pali and English both. So if you have this book at home, please get ready with this book. Take this book and sit on the floor, but don't keep this book on the floor. Hold it by your both hands, or keep it on a table, and then turn to page 19, and then turn to page 19. Then you will find the sutta, Ratana Suttang, the Jewel Discourse. So the ones who does not have the Parita chanting book, don't worry. We have added a link. If you are listening through the YouTube or through the other media platforms, there will be a link. You can go to that link and find it. The others, they can chant together with me. And next time, you can go to the Mahamevanawa Buddhist Monastery's website and find and search for Ratana Sutta. And you can go to sereencolombo.org website, and also over there, if you search for Ratana Sutta, you will find the text, the sutta, and next time be ready with the sutta to chant together with me. So now let's chant the Ratana Sutta. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Yanida bhutani samagatani Bhummani vayani va antalikhe sabbeva bhuta sumana bhavantu athopi sakkacca sunantu bhasitang. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, may all these beings have happy minds. Listen closely to my words. Tasmahi bhutani sametha sabbe mettang karotha manusiya pajaya divacharatta haranti ye baling tasmahine rakhata appamatta. Pay attention, all you beings. Show kindness to those humans who by day and by night offer much merit to you. Therefore guard them diligently. Yang kinci vittang idavahurang va saggesu ayang ratanang panitang nano samang athi tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. Whatever treasure in this world or in other worlds, or whatever precious jewel is in the heavens, none is equal to the Buddha. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Khayang viragang amatang panitang yadajjaga sakya muni samahito natena dhammena samathi kinchi idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. The calm Sakyan sage found the undefiled, dispassionate, deathless Nibbana. There is nothing equal to that state. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Yam buddha setto parivannai sucing samadhimanantari kanyamahu samadhinatena samorna vijjati idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suwatti hotu. That purity praised by the Buddha, called concentration with immediate result. That concentration has no equal. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Ye puggalattha satang pasattha chattari etani yugani honti te dakhineya sugatassa savaka ete sudinnani mahaphalani idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suwatti hotu. The 8 persons praised by the wise, these 4 pairs are the gift-worthy disciples of the well-gone one. Gifts given to them yield abundant fruit. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Ye suppayutta manasa dalhena nikkamino gotama sasanam hi te pattipatta amatang vigaiha Ladha mudha nibbuting bhunjamana idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suwatti hotu. Those who are well trained, freed from all defilements, and with minds firm in Gautama Buddha's training, upon attaining Nibbana, they plunge into the deathless, freely enjoying the liberation they have gained. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Yathinda khilo pathaving sitosiya chatubhivate bhiya sampakampiyo tathupamang sappurisang vadami yo ariya saccani avecca passati idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suwatti hotu. As a stone post firmly grounded in the earth cannot be shaken by the 4 winds, so is the superior person, I say, who clearly sees the noble truths. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Ye ariya saccani vibhavayanti gambhira panyena sudesitani Kinchapite honti bhusappamatta nate bhavang athamang adiyanti idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. Those who comprehend the noble truths, well taught by the Buddha of deep wisdom, no matter how negligent, would not take an eighth existence. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sahavassa dassana sampadaya tayassu dhamma jahita bhavanti sakkaya ditti vicikiccitanca sīlabbataṃ vāpi yadatti kinci Chatuva payehi ca vippamutto cacabithanani abhabbo kātum idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. For one who has attained to right view, three fetters are at once abandoned. Self-centered view, doubt and clinging to wrong practices, freed from the four planes of misery, he is incapable of committing the six major wrongdoings that lead to hell. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Kincapi so kammang karoti papakang kayena vaca udacetasa abhabbo so tassa paticchādāya abhabbata dittha padassa bhutta idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. Though he might do some evil deed by body, speech or mind, he cannot hide it. Such is impossible. For one who has seen the Dhamma, in the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Vanappa gumbe atha pussitagge gimhana mase pathamasmin gimhe tathupamang dhamma varang adesai nibbāna gāmiṃ paramang hitāya idampi buddhe ratanaṃ panītaṃ etena saccena suvatti hotu. Like woodland groves in blossom in the first heat of summer is the sublime Dhamma taught by the Buddha, leading to Nibbāna and giving the highest happiness. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. Varo varanyu varado varaharo anuttaro dhamma varang adesai idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. The excellent Supreme Buddha, the knower of Supreme Nibbāna, the giver of Supreme Nibbāna, the bringer of Supreme Nibbāna, taught the excellent Dhamma. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Khinang puranang navannathi sambhavang viratta cittayati ke bhavasmin te khina bija virulhichanda nibbanti dhira yathayam padipo idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suwatti hotu. The liberated ones all karma is destroyed with no new arising. Their minds not drawn to future birth. Their old seeds destroyed with no more growing. The Arahants fade out, just as this lamp has done. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitam buddhang namassama suvatthi hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Buddha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitam dhammang namassama suvatthi hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Dhamma, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitam sanghang namassama suvatthi hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Sangha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Etena saccena suvatti hotu. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Now, dear children, this is a time for you to hear and see the good deeds done by other children. So, write us and send us your good deeds to Mirror of Dhamma program. The telephone number and the email address will appear on the screen. So, write to us, send us your good deeds, share your good deeds with us, and we will show it to the world for you to get a lot of merit. So now, I'll be handing over the program to Dinu Daham Puta and Devanga daughter. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai.
Namo Buddhaya. You have now come to the Good Deeds session, where we read and watch the good deeds done by children all around the world. My name is Dinu Daham, and today I'm here with Devanga.
Namo Buddhaya. My name is Devanga, and today I'll be watching the good deeds done by Kayalupasaka, Senilu Upasaka, and Dinu Upasaka. The first meritorious deed was done by Kyle Upasaka. He has sent us pictures of how he spent his birthday. Let's see them. Many merits to Kyle Upasaka for sending us these beautiful pictures and for spending his birthday in such a wholesome way. We should all spend our birthdays just like Kyle Upasaka has done.
It is a very rare occasion. Many kids cut birthday cakes and have birthday parties on their birthdays. But on our birthdays, we should do as many wholesome deeds as possible. What are some wholesome deeds we should do on our birthdays?
Well, there are many. We can offer the Buddha Puja to our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha. We can help our parents to clean the house. We can chant Peed, and we can practice generosity by offering food, water, and money to homeless people. If you have any photos of any meritorious actions you have done, you can send them to our email address, which will appear on the screen.
The next meritorious deed was done by Senila Upasaka. He has made a marvelous presentation about Arahant Kondanya. Arahant Kondanya is the first monk in the Gautama Buddha's dispensation.
Namo Buddhaya. Arahant Kondanya, the first bhikkhu. The birth. Arahant Kondanya was born to a wealthy Brahmin family near the city Kapilavastu. The naming ceremony for Prince Siddhartha. There were 8 Brahmins at the naming ceremony, including Vakpa, Bhattiya, Mahanama, Asaji, and Brahman Kondanya. Brahman Kondanya was the only Brahmin who told that the prince would only have one path, and that is to become a fully enlightened Buddha. Arahant Kondanya realized that the prince would become a Buddha because he saw the 32 great marks of the prince. He trusted his inner voice and decided that the prince would become a Buddha, not an emperor, and he was right. The first Dhamma teachings. About 2,600 years ago, at the deer park at Isipatana, the Buddha gave his first Dhamma teaching called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. The Venerable Kondanya became a stream entrant and was the first bhikkhu in the Gautama Buddha's dispensation. On the 5th day of the waning moon, the Supreme Buddha gave the teaching known as Anattalakkana Sutta. After listening to the teaching, each of the Panchabhagya fully attained arahantship. Arahant Kondanya was the first to attain arahantship. After that, Arahant Kondanya traveled around India spreading the Dhamma. Arahant Kondanya's qualities. He possesses the excellent wisdom of recollecting his previous lives, seeing the past lives of others, the wisdom of knowing that he is free from all defilements. He can read others' minds. He is a son of the Lord Buddha. Where Arahant Kondanya stayed. Arahant Kondanya received the Buddha's permission to go and live on the banks of Mandakini in Chaddantavana. He stayed for 12 years there, only returning at the end of that time to obtain the Buddha's leave for his parinibbana. After the passing away of Supreme Buddha, he returned to Chaddantavana, where he passed away. The passing away. Arahant Kondanya passed away in Lake Mandakini. He entered his cave and lay down to one side on his rock. Arahant Kondanya refined levels of concentration throughout the night, and by early morning he passed away into nirvana. The gods and Brahmas came down to the human world and put the sacred body of Arahant Kondanya on a pyre in homage. After extinguishing the fire, the remaining relics of Arahant Kondanya were enshrined in a stupa. Teruvan Saranai, Namo Buddhaya.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Many merits to Senila Upasaka for making this valuable presentation. and doing the voiceover and sending it to the Mirror of Dhamma program to show to many kids around the world. You can also create 1 to 2 minute presentations about any Dhamma topic or any meritorious deed you have done. Then you could send it to our email address, which will appear on the screen.
The last meritorious deed was done by Dinu Upasaka. He has sent a lovely video of the Sri Gautama Toronto Stupa. Let's watch it.
This is the Sri Gautama Buddha Stupa located in Toronto, Canada. It is a very special stupa for all Buddhist devotees living in Toronto, which contains our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha's hair and bone relics. This sacred stupa looks amazing even during the autumn. I recently visited the stupa. This is how it looks with the beauty of the nature. I go to worship the stupa on every Sunday. This is how the stupa looks in the beginning of the winter. During Vesak in May, we decorated this sacred stupa with fragrant jasmine garlands. We offer various puja items to the stupa, such as kanchuka, which is a decorated banner, drinks, medicine, and various flowers.
Many merits to Dinu Upasaka for sending this phenomenal video to us. This sacred stupa has Supreme Buddha's hair and bone relics. If you have any photos of any meritorious actions you have done, you can send them to our email address, which will appear on the screen.
Today we watched many good deeds done by children all around the world. May you also have the opportunity to send your good deeds to our email address.
These meritorious deeds will help to propagate the Dhamma and teach others to do meritorious deeds as well. We rejoice in your good deeds. The whole world rejoices in them too. May all of us have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Teruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. Now we have come to the merit sharing. Let's share merit with the family who sponsored for the today's Mirror of Dhamma program. So let's share merit with Devas first of all. May all Devas rejoice in this merit. May they develop in divinely happiness and may they develop in virtue. May they develop in wisdom. And may they develop an unshakable confidence in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and may all Devas protect us, and may all the Devas realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may all the departed relatives of all of us rejoice in this merit. May everyone who passed away from the coronavirus rejoice in this merit. By the power of this merit, may they escape from samsara as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And the program was sponsored by Tilak Vijay Singh and Iresha Vijay Singh, parents of Methula Vijay Singh. So Methula Vijay Singh is celebrating the 10th year birthday. Birthday on 29th of November. So may Methula Vijay Singh rejoice in this merit. By the power of this merit, may his parents and may Methula Vijay Singh have long life, well-being, comfort, energy to realize the Four Noble Truths. May he develop in wisdom. May he understand these teachings. May he practice these teachings by the power of the Devas, by the power of the merit we accumulate, by the power of the merit. By sponsoring for a program like this, may you all have the opportunity, may you all be able to grab the Buddha's teachings, to grasp the Buddha's teachings to your mind, to remember the Buddha's teachings for one purpose, to escape from the four planes of miseries, not to decline from this human life that was obtained with great difficulties. So may Father Tilak Vijay Singh and Mother Iresha Vijay Singh and their son Methula Vijay Singh rejoice in this merit. May they be well and happy and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may our teacher Lokasamin Mahansa and Bodhidhamma Samin Mahansa, all the monks and nuns of Mahamuna Buddhist Monastery, they have mentioned Bodhidhamma Samin Mahansa because the family is from Australia. And may monks and nuns from Mahamuna Buddhist Monastery and all over the world rejoice in this merit. May they have long life, well-being, comfort, energy. And may they have the courage to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may Methula Vijay Singh's sister Ganuli, Devinya, parents, relatives, Dhamma friends, and people who are suffering from corona, from COVID in Sri Lanka and all over the world, rejoice in this merit. And by the power of this merit, may everyone who's joining this program right now rejoice in this merit. Be well and happy, have happiness and be able to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may all the devotees who donate to Shraddha TV on monthly basis and even in other ways rejoice in this meritorious deed, and by the power of this merit may they be well and happy, have long life, well-being, comfort, energy to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.